Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today I have a coffee mug project for you using the Cricut Joy, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's go over the supplies that I'm using today. Today I'm using the iPhone. I'm using the Cricut Design Space app. You could definitely use your iPad, laptop, or desktop. Now, a few other things you're going to need is obviously a coffee mug. I'm just using a blank white coffee mug today. And then I'm using smart vinyl. You could definitely use any sort of vinyl, permanent vinyl that you would like. And I've got some transfer tape, and also feel free to use whatever transfer tape you would like. I've got a scraper tool and a weeding tool. And then of course, I've got my Cricut Joy. Now for the Cricut Joy, all of the buttons are on the Design Space app, so that's how you're going to use that. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with sizing our design. Now I've already brought this in. I'll have the design link down below. Who's ready for Christmas? I totally am. Now the very first thing I want to do is check those layers just to see if I need to weld anything or attach. So I can go to actions and then I can hit weld so everything will cut together. Now we are ready to change the size here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to edit, and then I want to go ahead and figure out what this is. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my ruler here and figure out how high I can go and about how wide. Now I'm using just a dish towel here, and this is going to help support the mug and keep it nice and level. Now I'm checking my height here just to see how high I want to go. So I don't want to go any higher than that 4 inches. So I think I'm going to do around 4.5 wide. I actually should have went around 4 inches. You'll see that this design is kind of bigger, but I wanted a bigger, chunkier, bolder design. So I've put 4.5 wide, which is going to give us around 3.68 tall. All right, so let's go ahead and make it. We're ready to go. So as you guys can see, I'm just gonna double check one more time. It doesn't hurt just to double check those sizes here just to make sure everything looks good. All right, so let's go ahead and hit make it. And then I'm gonna tell it without the mat because I am using the smart vinyl. If you guys are just using, say for example, Oracle 651, you would want to load that on your mat. All right, so as you can see here, it's telling us we need to cut around 5 inches or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit continue, and then we are ready to go. Now, one thing I wanna show you guys really quickly, you can just go to all materials, and then you can go ahead and type in, permanent, and that's gonna pop up. So I'm gonna choose smart permanent vinyl. And then now what I want to show you guys here is see these lines on the back of your Cricut vinyl. Cricut comes with these grids. It's not even just on the smart vinyl, but all of theirs. And it's the dotted lines is 1/2 inch and the straight lines is 1 inch. So you can actually just count these and use a pair of scissors to trim these down. So I'm going to go and load this in the machine. Now the Cricut Joy just automatically pulls that in. You don't have to hit a load button. And so we're going to go ahead and load that. And from here, we're going to use our phone. So you're going to use Cricut Design Space to hit go. There's no buttons on the Cricut Joy. So we're just going to go ahead and hit go. And now we're going to let the machine do its job. So it's going to go ahead and quickly run through here and cut everything out. The Cricut Joy is perfect for small projects like this, personalizing water bottles or, creating these mugs and things like that. Lots of different ideas, labels. I love how small and portable it is. All right, so now we're ready to unload. You're going to do that from Cricut Design Space, and then here we go. So let's go ahead and move the phone out of the way and trim this down. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut off the excess because I can still use this. This is a question I see all the time is, can you still use the smart vinyl on a mat? And you definitely can. So those scrap pieces, go ahead and load them on your mat just like you normally would. All right, so let's go ahead and quickly weed through here. So you're just going to zip through here and weed out your design. Now, as you guys can see here, my design is a little bit bigger than I wanted, but I'm still happy with it. You definitely just want to make sure you don't go over that height and you will be good to go. All right, so next up, we're going to take some of this transfer tape right here. I'm using the Cricut brand. I highly recommend using Cricut's brand of transfer tape with their smart vinyl because it will pick it up a whole lot better than any other brands. So I'm going to go ahead and rub this in. So the two together definitely works very well. You also want to rub. It's kind of like giving that heat, and it just really helps pick this up. So I'm going to go ahead and weed through here just like so. Now we are ready to clean our mug. So you definitely want to make sure that your mug is nice and clean. Use some rubbing alcohol or a clean cloth. So something that's lint free. So we're just going to go ahead and rub this. This is going to remove any sort of oils or debris. So now we're ready to apply this. So what you want to do is fold it kind of like a taco and then go from the center outward. So we're just going to go ahead and fold it just like this and then just drop it down. So you can definitely just rub this in with your hands. You just really want to make sure you rub it in nice and well, or you can use, your squeegee, your little scraper tool and all of that to really rub that in. So you just really want to make sure this is nice and here. I always recommend that, and then you just want to peel it at an angle and pull off, but I always recommend that you let these set for around 48 to 72 hours before you wash them. So as you guys can see, I really love how big and bold it did come out, but you may want to size it down just a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.